Welcome to I Support Your Business show with your host and host Mithil, a pod made exclusively to share the journey of our community members of I Support Your Business Indo-Canadian community to the world. The main aim of our community is to practice the power of giving, facilitate collaborations and partnerships, and help connect people of on a global platform. As your host, being the president of the community currently, as well as the founder and chief content alchemist at VI Content Lab, I help solopreneurs, artists, and coaches build their business online organically through content marketing. Today, we have a wonderful member from our community and a very amazing friend of mine. Let us welcome on the stage none other than Daljit. Hi, Daljit.
Hi, hi Mithil. Thank you so much for having me today. Thank you so much ISYB for starting this initiative of highlighting business owners, entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, so that they bring out their journey in a more effective way. Thank you so much for having me today.
Most welcome, Daljit. So, Daljit, can you share with us your childhood, please?
Yes, so the childhood, if you see, like typically an Indian, journey where you're born in a middle class family. I would say, fortunately, I was not born rich because there is so much to do, so much to learn at that grassroots level that eventually, when you grow as a person, it helps you to develop a lot of skills during the journey. So my childhood, I was born and brought up in a place called as Mazgaon in Mumbai, where my schooling, my friends, everybody, are still there, and we still meet and we do a lot of things together, traveling, eating, celebrating festivals. You call it, I mean, we do it everything. So I think the way we were brought up and the way we are taking the principles ahead, what our parents have, taught us during their time as per what they could do best is helping us today in doing a lot of things, be it managing family, be it running a business, or even maintaining a relation. I think it's like it's a whole package. So for us, for me, I think early childhood, if you say I'm born and brought up in Moscow, then my schooling was done in Antonio D'Souza. It's in Baikla, followed by college, post graduation. Everything is done in Khalsa College, Matunga. So I've done my graduation in banking and insurance, and I've completed my post graduation in marketing.
That's really lovely. So, Daljit, when and how did your professional journey start?
So for me, my professional journey started when I was in my second year of post graduation. During the third semester, there was a time where you do internships during your breaks. That's how I think during. I don't think there was an internship for me. My job started during the internship. So I worked with a company called as Sarthi Healthcare. Um, they are the third party of pharma companies helping what do you say, helping different pharma companies to take care of their third party activities. So I was there as a project assistant project manager for a year. Then I shifted to a company called as Healthspring. Initially, I was into sales and marketing, and gradually developed into strategic initiative management. There handling expansion of uh, the company's clinics across India. Then, uh, you know, I spent 6 years doing this, learning everything at the grassroots level, and then evolving as a person, to do something where I can make some difference in a lot of things that I wanted to do.
Wow, that's a beautiful journey, Daljit. Thank you for sharing with us. So, Daljit, when did you turn into an entrepreneur?
So if you see people defining success these days, you will always see that they are now talking about it's more about the journey than the success. It's like a tip of the iceberg uh, uh, when it comes to success. So I think it's the same way the entrepreneurship journey starts. The idea is there, but then the risk taking abilities and the fear and everything that comes up is something that stops you. At least for us during our time, it did. But my journey as an entrepreneur started during early 2018, when we decided that I have to move out of this maybe a comfort zone or the professional life or the corporate life. But then I had to move out and do something uh, more meaningful to me that gives satisfaction to me. So 2018 is something where I decided that okay, it's time.
Lovely. So, Daljit, can you share the story behind your naming journey?
So
Let,
I
let
another
me ask the
important
question again. दलजीत एक बार वापस ढंग से सवाल
yeah.
पूछता है. So, Daljit, can you share
Okay.
the story behind naming of your brand?
So I think as a enthusiastic entrepreneur, uh, everybody, I mean, not me, everybody wants to first name their venture, before we give later thoughts to it. So uh, for me, when I started to realize that okay, this is something that I want to do, I want to get into wildlife and experiential travel, is where I said that okay, this is something I want to do, but yes, I want to do for the country. That is something was very clear on my mind that it has to be about India. So what do people do? They travel, and where do they go? They go to the corners of India, different parts of the country, different, you know, be it a regular travel or an offbeat travel. It's about India and the different corners that you experience, you evolve, you meet people, and of course, the theme for us majorly is wildlife. So if you see the design and the logo, you will see more of animals and trees and the nature around it. So that is how we named and we decided a logo for our company Corners of India.
Lovely. So, Daljit, if I can take you back into the memory lane, can you share how were the initial days of handling your business?
Uh, Initial days, if you ask me, directionless. a lot of lot of things on mind to do, lot of things to execute, but then at the same time you struggle to get maybe the mentor or the kind of expectations that you have in mind, and the reality is very different when it comes to entrepreneurship. Very important to realize that it's a journey that you start alone, and then lot of workload. So if you see the hiccups, or I mean the handling the business, lot of intensive hours, lot of intensive workload is there that you need to give in. It takes a lot of toll on you, as mentally as well as physically. Set apart the result that you expect and what you get. So yeah, that was one thing, and then the direction is, as you grow in the business, you realize okay, in the pool of your domain, this is something that you need to focus on. This is something that you need to run in so fast that people should not be able to catch you. So how do the and another important thing is the uncertainty about how you are going to do in the business, how the finances are going to come to you, and uncertainty of how people are going to react. So there are a lot of things collectively contribute to this particular particular thing. But yes, learning, upskilling, skill acquisition, constant upgrading yourself so that you are ahead of uh, people or the competition which is there around you. This is something like the initial days taught me, and of course that's very important, building the team. So finding the right people, I will not say right people, but the apt people to do that job for you, so that you maintain the quality uh, that you desire to give to your clients. They are in matching the same wavelength, and then at the same time continuing with you. So I think yes, team is something that is another challenge that we face. These are the things which we have learned through.
Lovely, lovely. So, Daljit, if we go deeper into it, can you share what were the hiccups that you found, as well as the learnings in this whole journey?
uh, for me, hiccups initially was clarity. So as an entrepreneur, you start your journey, and in your mind you are clear that okay, this is something that I want to do. But when reality hits you, you have to go again and again and again to the same thing as to why you started, how you started, and then finding the clarity that okay, this is something that I need to do, and then how well I can execute this is also was one of the hiccups for us. Travel industry being so huge, and then working on the niche is something which was more difficult and challenging. But I think today I feel that sticking to that has made more sense to me. The satisfaction that I've got sticking to the niche is also has paid off well for us. Another important thing, if I say, is the market fit. So realizing early as to where you fit into the market, and how well the audience is reading you or trying to sync in with your thoughts is also was one of the hiccups, because people are failing to realize okay, this guy is just doing showing animals everywhere. What is he up to? So making the right communication is something is very important, and that was one of the hiccups that we faced. Then I think the competition, for luckily for us, it is still um, very few people into this particular niche area in travel, and we are very proud to say that we are doing a fair job when it comes to giving service quality, and more importantly educating people as to how this works and what do you expect from this particular uh, travel that they do. Then customer acquisition, of course, was very. I mean, you initially rely on your references, your friends, families, and then eventually you have to go out and meet new people, tap new markets. So that was a little hiccup for us. Initially when we started. Then technology, adapting to new technology, adapting to people who are working with you, maybe uh, the one who is executing for you and the one who is like a vendor to you. So a lot of things were like whom to believe, whom to trust is something that was an hiccup for us. But and yes, important, how to scale. How do we go to the next step? This is something that uh, was a challenge, and then we are gradually adapting to what the market is responding to, and then making changes in that.
Lovely. So, I think you curated the hiccups and learnings in a very beautiful way, the way you curate experiences on your tours. So,
Right.
Daljit, you've been an entrepreneur for a very long time. Can you share, based on your experience, five things that you feel every entrepreneur must have?
I think like everybody says, be it your life, be it your any journey that you carry during this phase of your, what do you say, this time that is given to you. So entrepreneurship is not different. You know, it is very important that you have to be very curious of what you're doing. You should ask yourself again and again, how can I, do something better? How can I, do the same thing in a different way? And what are others doing in the same field? So you need to be very curious. You can't be like, you know, having the same mindset and expecting that you are growing in your business. So curiosity is something that you need to uh, be throughout. I mean, like 365 days, be curious of what you're doing. Very important is the risk taking ability. If you don't take the risk, just like share markets, you end up having a portfolio which is low, and then you, after say 10, 15 years, will give a story that I should have done this, I should have done that. So taking a risk, failing is very good. So you have to fail forward. You should always fail forward, learning from how you missed out on certain things, maybe during your trip, or during your entire business your goal that you create for yourself every year. It is very important to fail forward. If you don't fail, I think you keep doing the same thing repeatedly, because I feel at the end of the day I am doing the right thing because it's working for me. But it is very important to take different risk, you know wherever possible. It's not that you have to take extreme risk, but yes, some risk is very important. Then, of course, resilience. Just be there, keep doing it. And I think, like I mentioned earlier, success is something that people see at the end. So it's the process that you need to follow and work upon is more important. So if you show up each day, you know, just with the same thought that, okay, this is something that I want to work on, this is something that I have worked upon, and this is what I would want to continue with. So the brain functions in that manner that yes, this is something so you tend to see things which is going to support what your brain is functioning. So events happening that way, opportunities coming up that way. So it is very important to stick to what you're doing, because not every day is a you don't get sunshine every day. So it's just to be there, you know. And knowledge is something like you need to be on top of it. For me, if I just talk about tigers, that is the only thing people are talking about in terms of wildlife travel. Everybody knows it, or maybe some of them know some bit of how the tigers are doing or what they are doing. But if you talk more about different animals, because be it spotted deer, be it a mongoose, be it birds, their existence contribute to the entire sustainability of the forest. You just can't. So it's like a teamwork. Since I can't do anything without people on the ground, the same way the tigers can't do, or they can't survive, without the other animals, birds, reptiles being present around them. So it's a cycle. Like a simple example, these spotted deers do not eat the grass. The grass is of no use for further, growing of new grass. So if they eat the grass, it gives a chance for the new vegetation to come, for new flora and fauna to come in. That's how they keep moving in the forest. That's how it's a slow process. So patience is something like you need to have. It's a slow process everywhere. You just be in the nature, you learn. So this is like very important. And lastly is like your communication and how you lead in terms of your business. These are the few things that collectively, it looks very easy when we speak about it, but then we have to be patient and keep doing it is what I'll say.
I totally agree with you. And Daljit, what a beautiful metaphor of explaining the whole process of how jungle, or I would say nature, with a slow process, it only keeps moving forward, and everything is an ecosystem interdependent between each other. Beautiful, Daljit. Beautiful. So, Daljit, how has being an entrepreneur changed you as a person?
Uh, Entrepreneurship has, of course, brought in a lot of changes. I am more confident today. If you would have seen me like 6, 7 years back, uh, I think in the last 7, 8 years, this is the first time I started making videos. So, I think you are more confident about your topic, or rather, your segment that you are specializing in. Thinking has changed. Thinking has changed as to what to offer, whom to offer, and then where to draw lines where certain people are not able to take what you're wanting to offer to them. So initially when I started, it was more about like a normal travel company. Today, since the thinking has changed, I am focused on creating impact on people through nature. How nature impacts you, how it heals you. It's a forest therapy, it's a sound therapy. How it heals you and how it brings the best out of you to do whatever you want to do. So it's kind of creating impact, and at the same time creating impact in being more aware of why nature is important to you, why nature is going to be the only reason to heal earth, and how it is going to help for so-called people who are what do you say, expanding in terms of families to have a better life ahead. So that is something that changes. And then skill, of course. Upscaling is something that is top of every 3 4 months. You have to upskill, means you have to upskill. There is no other choice. Everything is changing around you, be it technology, be it people, be it animals, be it nature. Everything is changing around you. So you have to upskill and learn how to handle such things which is evolving around you. And yes, problem solving ability has increased. We are able to deal with more complex uh, travelers today. And same is has been applied to people around us. How to deal with them, how to respond, what to do. So I've become more calm, and I don't judge people. I try to understand as to why they behave in a certain manner, and they have their own situations. So we need to deal with them accordingly. And very important is like satisfaction of what you're doing. Be it less, but be satisfied. These are the changes that I have seen in myself.
Wonderful, Daljit. Wonderful. So, Daljit, do you think there is a success formula for establishing a business?
I think I will not say there is a formula, but a process, yes. There is a process where you need to understand what you are doing and take timely calls as to what should you do if it is not working. So, for example, researching of your domain as to what are you doing, are you communicating it right to the right people, or are you able to share your thoughts in the right way to the people so that they attach to you. Having a community is also very important. You just can't run alone. So how well you are connected to these community or networking areas is very important. So, and then yes, constantly improving yourself, like upskilling is there that you need to keep doing. So collectively, these elements are eventually going to be, a success. And very important is to just stick to what you are doing. Don't try to diversify too much. Otherwise, you are like jack of all trades. But then you fortunately, cannot be a master of one. And the today's ask is that you have to be master of one, at least one, so that people connect with you, people know what you are doing, and then you grow as a person. So for me, if you see, travel is like I look it as a school. Okay, my wildlife journey. Since a beginner, if you want to start doing a wildlife trip, you are doing a very basic stuff. Then you graduate on doing multiple national parks. Then eventually you do Masai Mara and the other stuff. That's how you are graduating in even travel. So I think the success formula is like just keep innovating, researching. You stick, have patience, and you will be there. And enjoy. What important is that enjoy every step. That is the success. If you are waiting, okay, I I have to be recognized. I have to do X, Y, Z. Of course, everybody wants to be recognized, but if you keep enjoying every step that you are taking in any which ways, be it's like if you are satisfied, that is a success. So when you look back doing all these activities, you will realize that success is just a word. It's the entire process and the satisfaction that it gives you is what matters.
Got it. Got it. Wonderfully said, Daljit. So, Daljit, before we end this particular episode, what is the message you would like to give to our community members and to all the people who are listening to this podcast?
One very important message for my community members or whoever is listening to this is that believe in yourself, have faith, have trust, give time, and keep showing up. Keep showing up every single day, be it a bad day, rainy day, whatever day, just show up. And then keep learning, keep upskilling, and be on top of your game. I think with time, nobody can beat you, or I think nobody can take away what you have built. So I think just be there, keep doing it.
Lovely. So, thank you so much, Daljit, for taking your valuable time, coming here, and sharing your journey with all of us.
Thank you so much, Nitin, for having me. You have been a wonderful host, lovely interacting with you, and I hope you know I'm able to reach out to people and make more impact in their life through our travel. Thank you so much.
Surely, surely. And we wish you all the best for Corners of India.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Lovely having you.
So you have just listened to I Support Your Business show with your host Mithil. Thank you so much for listening to our show and giving so much love. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel on the podcast that you are listening. This is Mithil signing off at the moment. Until next time, meet you soon with another member and their exciting story. But until then, stay safe, keep rocking, and don't forget to keep creating content. Ciao.